Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange issue 16 2023 review. That is a crazy ass looking cover there, and does fit with what starts going on. It does focus on Wong and shit going on with Doctor Strange's body, and I think this is a pretty good tie-in to the Blood Hunt of like, what the fuck's going on in the Sanctum Sanctorum right now, while also getting us into Victor Strange's head as well. So, we pop off, and we're in the Crypt of Shadows, in the space hidden behind the mirrors of the Sanctum Sanctorum. Then, Victor Strange. What? Who? A visitor here in my prison? Or have I finally gone truly mad? I know which is more likely. You are not mad, Victor Strange, or rather, your madness and my presence are unrelated. Tell me then, who speaks? A friend? Tell me then, who speaks? A friend. I have no friends. All I have are the stories. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting there. The stories, of which you are one. But stories are lies, Victor Strange, and here's the truth. You do have one friend. As we see them with their red eyes, it's like, We then switch back to the Sanctum Sanctorum, the long night, the blood hunt, the end of humanity now. And we then pretty much see Victor pretty much talking as we look out at Wong as he's walking the Sanctum Sanctorum, and like Victor is looking at him through the glass, the mirrors. My brother's astral self and his wife have departed, seeking to beg aid from the vainglorious Emperor in Iron. Like, kind of like that kind of moniker there for, I'm pretty sure it's Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom. The priest and the beast woman had left on their own errand, seeking to burgle the spires of the gods, and the shining host of heroes, now tarnished, now diminished, fly into yet another doomed battle. Now the only soul stirring in the Sanctum Sanctorum, holiest of holies, is the faithful retainer, though in truth Wong's story has always been more of the beloved brother than the retainer, which I agree with and like, which shields his fate, because there's only room for one brother in this story. It's like, Victor. Oh, now we get... I love what they do with the paneling here. I love the circles that are used here. I should be out there, not here. Pandora and Dr. Z are doing what they can on behalf of Wand, but it's just the two of them. And I like that we've got a little thing of, like, Wand, Wizardry, Alchemy, Necromancy Department. Yes, I like having that kind of pop-up. But it's just the two of them. I should be out there, but I can't, because I have to be here, because you're here, and someone has to look after you, even if there's nothing to be done. What are we going to do about this, Stephen? As, of course, we see him pretty much keeping charge over Stephen's vampire body as it's contained there. It's like, yeah, I understand pretty much being like, I could be more useful out there, but if someone was able to get a hold of the vampired form of the Sorcerer Supreme's body, that would be a potent weapon on the vampire side. So I get the kind of juxtaposition that he's got with his duties. Then, you're a fascinating creature, Victor. You're a vampire, but one created, not turned, which is definitely interesting, putting him more along the lines of like a Morbius kind of figure. Yes, the accidental product of my brother's guilt. I am the symbol of Doctor Strange's failures, and he seems kind of proud of that. And stories always do require symbols, do they not? Made or turned, if you are a vampire, then you are my child. Oh, first my friend, and now my father. Just so, and as a loving father, I come to you with advice and a promise. And which is which, oh father? I kind of love how he's kind of got that snarky-ass attitude. And the thing is, I don't really know that much about Victor Strange, but I've loved what they've kind of been doing with him here. They are one and the same. Soon, oh so soon, I will create an opportunity for you, my beloved son. Now, I will find a way to fix you, Stephen. You will see me strike at your brother. I swear to protect the Sorcerer Supreme, as we see Victor moving into Stephen's body. I will be clearing the way for you to clothe your unquiet spirit in flesh once more, and I have been doing a poor job of it, but I will fix this. Oh, I don't know, Wong. As we see, I love that kind of side-eye that Wong's like, who the fuck? I'm feeling better than I have in ages, as Victor is able... I just love that full kind of page there. It's like, holy shit! Stephen, no. This doesn't fool me. But you're not trying to fool me, are you? No. there would be potential for a certain melodrama, but this isn't that kind of story. No. This is a horror story. An 80-minute drive-in bloodbath. Brutal and short and ugly. And I kind of like that description because there are certain movies like that which, granted, aren't the best, but what they achieve and what their objectives are, they achieve very well. It's like, yeah, an 80-minute bloody, brutal, short, and ugly fucking thing. It's like, yeah. Do I tend to gravitate towards those? Not really, but sometimes you get like a really good, well-executed one, and you're like, alright, and damn, just seeing him go, wow. And Wong just ready with his, like, pose, that just fucking, yeah. Then, are you frightened, Victor, of leaving the Crypt of Shadows after so long? No, I should be, but I'm not. I've spent so long here that I'm no longer what I was. I'm not a real person anymore, am I? I'm a story. Yes. As we see that Blade has been the one talking to him. It's like, huh, interesting. What's the difference between a person and a story? Stories have people in them, and people have stories. Maybe it's not as cut and dry as Victor would like it to be. But the vampire always has been. We were born in the words of blood first, written in the days of old Atlantis when the Darkhold was penned, and a story wants more than anything to be told. That's true, Blade, or whoever is, like, possessing you. Then we switch over. Who are you? Wong asks. Some errant spirit, a foolhardy demon? This is the body of the Sorcerer Supreme, you fool. You wound me, Wong, treating me as if I were a stranger rather than a strange. A hint, perhaps. The last time you and I met, our positions were reversed. Me in my own flesh, and Stephen inhabiting yours. It's like, ooh, see Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, issue 56. I'm like, thank you for giving me that. I can then research that. But I do like that we see that going on there. Victor Strange. And yet, strangely, the way you speak, I have changed, Wong. Then we see, that's actually pretty cool. Granted, I gravitate towards red anyway, but that's like, ooh. Have been changed. My role in this story is no longer the tortured little brother, a minor role in the hero story at best. No, now I am the villain. The swaggering vampire, urbane, well-spoken, clad in a billowing shirt, clutching a goblet filled with an indeterminate red. Stories change in the telling, and so do I. As we see him with that grin, it's like, son of a bitch. You are insane. Like, yep, sanity, insanity. Those are words for people, Wong, not one such as I. It's like, it's always when people try and make themselves above them, above that kind of thing that gets nutty. And we see him just grab Wong's throat. It's like, son of a bitch, you, Victor, you killed yourself so as not to take another life. Even in the throes of bloodlust, you had a core goodness of determination. But the spells my brother cast upon me were too powerful for death to take hold of me. I was reborn, Wong, as a ghost, a specter, a drifting wraith in the crypt of shadows, imprisoned behind the mirrors of this home, alone save for the stories. And that's the thing. I see what loneliness can rot on people. It's like, god damn, that sucks. Doesn't excuse it, though. The crypt. All this time, your spirit has been in the crypt of shadows, as Wong is able to reverse it and do a kick on him. Yes, unheard, unseen, unmourned. You must get your story straight, Victor. Stephen mourned you. We all did. As he pretty much starts taking out stakes and everything. It's like, oh shit. It wasn't enough. I am vampire. I am hunger. I am thirst. Nothing is enough. Nothing. Yarg! As he then punches him with silver. It's like, Wong's ready, fucker. Silver, you were prepared. I'm an agent of one, Victor. Preparation is what I do. I like Wong, and I identify with him, but I never identify with him more than when he's there. It's like, I'm an agent of one, Victor. Preparation is what I do. That's... yeah, that's great there. You are a vampire, but you have no access to Stephen's magics. That is good. You have no training in combat. Also good. You have no weapons or tools. Surrender, Victor. I am your better in every aspect of this fight. When Stephen returns, we can help you. But then we see that even though he's the better in all those aspects, there is one that he cannot do. Help me? It was my brother's help that made me into this. All the help I needed, Wong, I have been given. You're talking about Blade. You colluded with him? He would doom the world. And I like that kind of blue there to show Wong's magic versus Victor. Yes, and Wong, you're pulling your punches, as he knows. You are right, of course. You are my better in every aspect of this fight, all but one. My nerve outstrips, yours. My will exceeds your own. I may be the villain, but the best villains possess a certain sense of fair play. So strike. And I kind of like this. This is pretty much daring him to kill him, but he knows he cannot kill him because he's in Stephen Strange's body. No! My heart exposed. A stake of good ash in your hand. Strike. I. And then I love that this page, I cannot. As we see, I can't. As he drops it, and you just see that go down. I thought as much. Your love for my brother stays your hand. In slaying me, you would doom him. Your fangs have been pulled, Wong, while mine remain oh so sharp. It will amuse me to hunt you now, Wong, but my sense of fair play requires me to give you a head start, so run. Run! Okay, it's down to us. And it's like we see Wong running. It's like, damn, how is he going to do this? But we have a kind of understanding. There's more than one person that was locked within the Crypt of Shadows. So let's save the day. We've got bats, we got the snakes, we've even got Baron Mordo doing some shit. It's like, holy fuck, let's see what's going on. To be concluded. Alright, so we'll have a conclusion for the Blood Hunt. Friend turned foe. As the Blood Hunt tie-in rumbles towards its blood-chilling conclusion, Wong must stalk the monster that his closest friend has become. Even if he can overcome the beast, can Wong bring himself to put down Stephen Strange? Is there anyone the Agent of Wong can turn to, or has the Sanctum Sanctorum become a killing jar? It's like, ugh. So, I actually really enjoyed this tie-in. I like that this tie-in actually has its own story, and that it's not completely and utterly beholden to Blood Hunt, other than Blade stabbed and turned Strange, and that is the crux enough of what's going on. Now, granted, it also helps that the writer of Blood Hunt is also writing this as well, and also writing the Avengers, and those kind of main tie-ins kind of work. But I like understanding Victor more, understanding that he was a created vampire, that he took his own, like, we learn this organically through the confrontations that we see of Wong telling us, well, not just telling us, it's not like it's a complete info dump. We get brought up to speed in a nice organic way, which is a very hard thing to do in the best of stories, even beyond comics, but in comics, you have to watch out and balance that as well. Now, granted, this works for me. If it's not working for you, I completely get that and completely can understand if you're like, this is kind of info dumpy. But for me, it doesn't feel info dumpy. We get Wong working through this, understanding and giving us the information that Victor did sacrifice himself. However, evidently, Stephen Strange's magic's turned him into a wraith vampire that's been stuck in the Crypt of Shadows, and that Wong and the others didn't know that, and they would have helped him if they had known. It's like, okay. And just seeing Victor understand that Wong cannot kill the body of Stephen Strange, and that gives him the power in the situation, and that he is going the horror movie villain monster route, which is actually fun to kind of see because how it's executed. Now we've got bats and the snakes and Baron Mordo in the Crypt of Shadows. We'll have to see how they factor in and what kind of happens, because I love bats. I think a ghost dog has been an interesting introduction, and I want to see what they do more with bats, and I kind of want him to get that kind of hero save in this kind of situation. So we'll have to see what they do with that. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.